Hello students, today we are going to try a paper Bahasa Melayu which is under Cambridge IGCSE Malay paper 4 writing, which is May-June 2025 past year question. So first you will have 1 hour to answer this paper 4 writing Malay. Okay, let's start. So you have 3 questions in total. So in question 1, question 2, and then you can choose either you want to choose the question 3A or question 3B. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's see the questions. Anda sakit di sekolah dan ingin pulang ke rumah awal. Means that you are sick in the school and you want to back to the homes early. Awal mean early. You need to fill the form. Anda perlu mengisi borang. Mengisi means fill. Borangs mean form. So now you at school, you are 6 and then you want to go back early. So we need to complete our form dalam bahasa Melayu. Nama, name Alex Chu. Kelas 5 Kamboja. Tarikh, date 27 Mei 27 Mei. Hari, okay, hari means day. So you can write down Sunday, Monday until Friday. So for example, now you can write down Monday which is Isnin. Okay, you can write down Monday, Isnin. Kelas yang anda tidak dapat hadir hari ini. What is the meaning? It means that the class that you cannot join or attend today. Hadir mean attend. Hadir mean attend. Sains dan, for example, you want to write down Bahasa Melayu. So you can write down Sains dan Bahasa Melayu. Please keep in mind, Bahasa Melayu B and M, you need in capital letter. Okay, in capital letter. Sebab ingin pulang awal. Sebab means reason. Okay, what is the reasons that you want to go back early? So here he write down the question is already giving you sakit means sick or pains. For example, you can write down stomach ache. Stomach ache means sakit perut. Berangkutan pulang ke rumah. Berangkutan pulang ke rumah. For example, you will go back by car. Berangkutan means the transportations that you want to go to home. Transportation. So for example, by car, you can write down kereta. Kereta means car. Hubungan kekeluargaan orang yang akan menjemput anda. Okay, who is the people which is your family member? Kekeluargaan, your family. Hubungan, relationship. What is the relationships that the people will come and pick you out to go back? For example, your mom, ibu. Okay, your mom, ibu. Okay, we already answers our question 1. Let's move to question 2. Question 2 is a short essay which you need to write about 80 until 90 words dalam bahasa Melayu. So these questions ask us to write percutian. Percutian mean that holiday. Percutian mean that holiday. Let's look at the first question. Di manakah tempat percutian idaman anda? Di manakah? Where? Tempat, place. Percutian, holiday. Okay, idaman, your dream holiday, dreams. Okay, which is you wanted to go for a holiday. So these questions ask us to write, where is the place that you really want to go for a holiday? For example, you want to go for Pulau Langkawi. Okay, you can write down a place that you want to go for a holiday. Pulau Langkawi. For example, you can write down Pulau Langkawi in Kedah. Just write down a names. You can also write Japan. For example, China. Okay, just write the place that you really want to know, you really want to go for your holiday. Second question. Bilaka, when? Bilaka mean when. Okay. Di mana, where? You can jot down the question, the meaning of the questions. Bilaka mean when. Waktu yang sesuai. Sesuai means suitable. Untuk kamu pergi bercuti di sana. When is the most suitable timing for you to go for the holiday? Okay, what is the suitable timing? Suitable timing. Waktu, masa. Okay, waktu means the time. What is the time? So for example, you want to go by year end. Okay, for example, year end. Year end mean hujung tahun. Hujung mean end. Tahun, year. So year ends in bahasa, we will say hujung tahun. After you say why you want to go by year end, which is hujung tahun, for example, you can write down because of the weather is more suitable to bercuti. Okay, for example, you can write down a reason. Cuaca means that the weather. Cuaca lebih sesuai. The weather more suitable for you to go for holiday. Third question, soalan ketiga. Apakah yang Anda suka lakukan semasa bercuti? What you want to do, what you like to do during your holiday. Okay, you can write down, for example, we are going Pulau Langkawi, which is the island, okay, which is an island, and then got the beach. So in there, you can swimming. Swimming in bahasa we call berenang. Okay, we can write down berenang. Also, we also can write down we have a picnic with our family. Picnic. We write down berkelah. Okay, berkelah. Also, you also can write down during picnic times, during enjoying some delicious food, you also can write down you will take some beautiful photo. Take photo. Bahasa we call mengambil gambar. Mengambil gambar. Okay. Furthermore, you also can write down you want to try some local food. Okay, for example, you can write down you want to try some local food. So, okay, I will write my point here. You want to try some local food. Try mean mencuba. Try. Local food. Food we call makanan. Local, tempatan. So, try the local food, swimming, picnic, take some photo, try local food, which is the activity that you want to do, which is you like to do. Okay, question 4. Sekiranya, if Anda boleh memilih. You can choose. Memilih mean choose. Siapakah yang Anda ingin pergi bercuti? Who is the person that you want to go holiday with? And why? Mengapa? Why? Why you want to go with them? Okay, why? So for example, you can write down you want to go with your family. Okay, families means that got your parents, your siblings. Okay, parents in bahasa we call ibu bapa. Sibling in bahasa we call beradik. So why you want to go with your family, which is your parents and your sibling? Because you can write down you want to spend some time together. Okay, you can write down you want to spend some time together. So spend time together, spend time, meluangkan masa. Together, bersama-sama. Okay. Point number 5. Apakah tempat yang anda tidak mahu pergi bercuti? Mengapa? What is the place that you don't want to go for holiday? For example, you don't want to go the place that which is very noisy and very packed. Very packed. Pack of people. You can write down sesat. Sesat. Very noisy. Noisy we call bising. Bising. Why? Why you don't want to go tempat yang sesat dan bising, which is very noisy and very packed? Because you can write down you like the place which is in the environment in very calm and very peaceful for your rest. Okay, you can write down because you enjoy the peaceful environment. Environment we call suasana yang tenang dan nyaman. Okay, you can write down you want to enjoy some peaceful, very calm environment. Okay, let's start to write about 90 words dalam bahasa Melayu. Tulis antara 80 sehingga 90 perkataan dalam bahasa Melayu. Okay, I encourage you when you are doing the essays, for example, this Bahasa Melayu karangan, you can write down the point like here. Okay, jot down some short points, and then you can focus to longer and elaborate more when you're writing your essay. Okay, this is the main point that I want to encourage you here. Okay, you can write down like, for example, here we write down the place that we want to go is Pulau Langkawi. When you want to go, hujung tahun. What you want to do, berenang. Who you want to go, ibu bapa dan adik beradik. Why you don't want to go or where you don't want to go for holiday is the place which is very noisy. Why? Because you enjoy the fresh environment. So I encourage you when you are writing your essay or karangan, tulis your karangan, you should write the things that the point from here. Okay, I encourage you to write down the point before you proceed to your writing. Okay, let's start. Okay, how we can start our essay or how we can write down our Bahasa Melayu punya karangan. Yang pertama, di manakah tempat idaman anda? So, you can write down like this. You can use the questions to answer in your essay. Tempat percutian idaman anda. Okay, anda mean you. You need to change to me. Okay, yours. Okay, so you can write down tempat percutian idaman saya ialah Pulau Langkawi. Okay, where is the exact place in Pulau Langkawi? Di Kedah. This is our first point, and then we already answer. Second point, bilakah waktu yang sesuai untuk kamu pergi bercuti di sana? So you can write down, saya ingin pergi bercuti. Use the question, saya ingin pergi bercuti di situ semasa, you can write down during the school holiday, semasa cuti sekolah pada hujung tahun. Why? Okay, why? Because being kerana cuacanya Lebih sesuai because the weather is more suitable. Sesuai untuk bercuti bersama keluarga. Okay, here the answer. Why and when you want to go. The third one, apakah yang anda suka lakukan semasa bercuti? So you can write down, use the question semasa bercuti as you're starting. Semasa bercuti, saya suka berenang dan berkela di tepi pantai. Okay, means that you like to swimming and also you like to have a picnic beside the beach. Okay, di tepi pantai. Also, you can write down selain itu, which is beside that. Selain itu, saya suka, saya suka, like to what? Mengambil gambar. You like to take photo. I like to take photo. Mengambil gambar. What photo that you take? For example, you can take the beautiful view. Okay, pemandangan means view. Pemandangan. Pemandangan yang cantik. Dan, okay, what you want to do? You can enjoy the local food. You want to try. Try mean mencuba. Dan mencuba makanan tempatan. Okay, you already write down the fourth point. Fifth point. Sekiranya anda boleh memilih, siapakah yang anda ingin pergi bercuti dengan anda? Mengapa? So, you can write down, if you can given a choosers, jika diberi pilihan, if you given choosers, if you have a choice, saya ingin, I want to go, pergi bercuti dengan atau bersama, together, you want to go holiday with your parents, bersama ibu bapa dan adik-beradik saya. Why? What is the reason that you want to go with your parents and your sibling? Because kerana kita dapat meluangkan masa bersama-sama, because you can spend the time together. Okay, lastly, the question asks you, apakah tempat yang anda tidak mahu pergi untuk bercuti? Mengapa? So you can write down where you don't want to go. You can write down, saya tidak mahu bercuti di tempat yang terlalu sesat. You don't want to go with the place which is very packed and noisy dan bising, kerana saya lebih suka, because I prefer to suasana yang tenang dan nyaman, which is fresh dan nyaman untuk berehat, rest. Okay, so this is our point, which is I highlight together. Okay, first one, Pulau Langkawi di Kedah. when you want to go, semasa cuti sekolah pada hujung tahun. Anything that you want to go do at there, berenang dan berkelah, mengambil gambar, makanan tempatan, mencuba makanan tempatan. Who you want to go for holiday if you can be chosen? If you can choose, ibu, bapa dan adik-beradik. Why or where? The question asks where you do want to go for holiday. Okay, you mentioned you do want to go the place which is very packed and noisy because you enjoy the environment which is very peaceful. So this is our first point, second one, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, let me read again. Tempat percutian idaman saya ialah Pulau Langkawi di Kedah. Saya ingin pergi bercuti di situ semasa cuti sekolah pada hujung tahun kerana cuacanya lebih sesuai untuk bercuti bersama keluarga. Semasa bercuti, saya suka berenang dan berkelah di tepi pantai. Selain itu, saya suka mengambil gambar pemandangan yang cantik dan mencuba makanan tempatan. Jika diberi pilihan, saya ingin pergi bercuti bersama ibu bapa dan adik-beradik saya kerana kita dapat meluangkan masa bersama-sama. Saya tidak mahu bercuti di tempat yang terlalu sesak dan bising kerana saya lebih suka suasana yang tenang dan aman untuk berehat. Okay, so this is our second question, which is percutian. So in the second question, you will be asked to write about the essay. You can write down into one paragraph or you can divide into 3 paragraphs, but you need to write between 80 to 90 words. So I hope you get something today, and we stop here first. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.